Hi everyone, Sandra here from the Schwowin's Nest. Today I am participating in the DIY Mommy's Spring DIY and Decor Challenge. Christina has a fantastic channel. If you have not seen it yet, please go check it out. I will leave the link to her channel and the playlist link down in my description box. Make sure you watch the playlist so you can see all the wonderful things that everyone else has created for spring. I am doing so many Easter and spring crafts with eggs this year, and it's because I found a thrifted wreath that had a million gajillion little eggs on it, and I've just been so inspired. So this color is too much like the craft paper, so I don't like it. It's kind of just a boring color. I decided to take some craft paint in a cream color and paint some of them with the cream, and then I'm also going to mix up a little bit of purple with it and make a lavender color. These are all the little eggs. Some of the green and the blue, they were already painted that color, so I've just kind of got them popped into this piece of styrofoam so they can dry. What I'm doing now is just using a really rough brush and some black acrylic paint and just flicking the brush off my finger to create some speckled eggs. This DIY today is using everything that was thrifted. So the eggs came from a thrifted wreath. I thrifted this wreath as well. It was $2.99. I got it because I love the twig look to it, but I don't like all of these little bows and frilly things on it. So I'll just be removing all of that. The wreath has some bunches of twigs. You can see that I pulled one off already, and I'm just going to be taking off all of these different bunches all the way around. They do have a wire that's holding them in place, so I just have to use my snips and take it apart. Now that I've pulled all of these branches off of the wreath, they don't have anything holding them together in a bunch. So I'm just going to use some twist ties and put it down at the bottom and hold them all together. At first, I wasn't quite sure what to do with the twigs and the eggs, but then I went through my stash and I found a eucalyptus bush and I trimmed off the individual branches. And what I'm going to do is just twist tie them onto the twigs so I have my own little pick. I'm going to do this with all of the rest of the twigs, and I ended up with 8 in total. Now it's time to add the eggs. Some of the eggs had wires on them from being on the previous wreath, so it was really easy to just twist them around and shape them where I wanted them to be. The ones that didn't have any wires, I just used some hot glue and glued them down. I used 2 eggs per stem. I had 16 eggs in total, which worked out perfectly because I have 8 stems. And I'm just going to use the colors how I see fit and try and not duplicate any of them so they all look a little bit different. Now for the fun part. This is also a thrifted frame. I had already painted it on the front side with some chalk paint, but I needed to do the interior as well because when you're hanging it up, you can see that. Originally, I was going to put some wood on here and do a shiplap frame, but that never materialized, so I decided to use it for this project. I'm going to use the jute twine to hang these little picks from the frame. So I'm going to go about 1 inch down and tie it off, and then I'm going to do a wrapping around so I can cover up some of that extra stem down at the bottom and then tie it off on the top. I made sure to keep the original knot leftover string long enough that when I got to the top, I'd be able to use that to tie off the rest of the twine, and then I'll be able to just leave a long piece for hanging. I also made sure to trim off any of the extra twig or branches that were sticking out on the other side of the twine. Most of the time I use hot glue to put my projects together, but because I love the size of this frame and I figured I might want to do something different with it, I decided just to use these little upholstery tacks that I've had for a really long time. They're really nice and sharp at the end, so they go into the wood really easily, and I'm going to hang these very simply. I'm just going to create a loop at the end where I want the length to be, and then I'll just hook it onto the nail. So really super simple and really easy to switch out if I wanted to change things up. I also decided to make them varying lengths just to give it a little bit more interest. I'd like to thank the DIY Mommy for hosting this fun challenge. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, comment, and share my video. Don't forget to hit that red subscribe button and the bell to get notified when I upload new content. Thanks for watching.